Since Lance skipped F2, let's see if he's better than one of those drivers.
Chip Butty.
I'm gonna give you scenarios and you're gonna have to guess if it happened to a less experienced F2 driver or a Formula 1 driver, which are supposed to be the best drivers in the world.
Don't care. Don't care. Still don't care. I don't care.
Alright, first we'll start off easy. In the first incident, the race has just ended and the drivers are finishing their cooldown lap, about to go into the pits, when one of the drivers crashes into the side of another car, causing them to crawl back to the pits with one of the tires practically on top of the car. Is it Lance Stroll or an F2 driver? It was Lance Stroll. After the 2017 Malaysian Grand Prix, Lance was coming alongside Sebastian Vettel and didn't go in the space given, which caused him to run into him.
Is that possible? Stroll is not looking where he's going. He completely shunted into my car.
Imagine being in F1 for your first year, it's a rookie year, and you're already causing mayhap on the end. The race already ended, and you're still driving into drivers. Like he says, he's not paying attention, which is a recurring theme with him. That's just that he has talent, but he just doesn't seem to pay much attention. It's kind of sad. The second scenario, this driver was running alone down a long straight when they just lost control of the car, sustaining damage and torquing the wheel. Was it Lance or an F2 driver? It was Lance Stroll.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine.
In the 2022 Azerbaijan Grand Prix, Lance was in the high-speed straight. With little room for error, his car veered off, slamming into the barriers.
Szerintem bal hátsó defektet kapott.
Ez bizony defekt.
Igen, megy is.
Azaz, erről nem tehetett. Semmi köze nem volt ehhez Strollnak.
Ez viszont komoly figyelmeztetés az élenállóknak, akik ugye 35...
I don't even know what to say to this. This is kind of sad. It's like if you put... It's like when you let your little cousin play on Mario Kart and they're just chucking the wheel as far as they can. There's no person there to even like instigate it. Alright, the third scenario. During a practice session, because of the slick tarmac, he slid across the track into the gravel, putting an end to the session. Was it Lance Stroll or an F2 driver? Yeah, it was Lance.
Oh shit, here we go again.
He just isn't the best in the wet conditions, so during the 2022 free practice 1 session at Silverstone, he loses control.
He's there, waving to the crowd.
There we go. Turns in. It's just a little bit damp offline and doesn't have the grip.
Brother,
You're done, buddy. You're cooked. Fourth scenario. This driver was looking to take points out of their closest rival in the Drivers' Championship since he was ahead in the race. But near the end, he spun out, ruining his chances to catch up in points. Was it Lance Stroll or an F2 driver? It was Callum Illo, but he raced for Uni Virtuosi Racing along with Zhou Guanyu. He was going around Silverstone in first, trying to take points away from his rival, Robert Schwartzman, but had a spin that cost him the win.
Oh man, what a disaster.
The driver who looked like he was going to take more points out of Robert Schwartzman will not finish the second race of the weekend, and that is such disappointment.
During another practice session, he was on the cooldown lap when he turned in on the driver starting a flying lap, causing them both to sustain damage. Lance, or F2, Lance Stroll crashed into Max Verstappen at the 2020 Malaysian Grand Prix because he didn't check his mirrors to see him coming.
Effective as Max wants it.
Oh no,
no, they're going to crash! And they have! Oh dear, oh dear. Lance Stroll is off into the...
I think he felt that he was going to let... It was assuming he was going to let him by.
I don't think you could really blame Max for that there, could you? Because he's looked at
I don't think he does.
earlier on in the straight.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him yet, but had he known he was there, he wouldn't have turned in.
On board with Lance Stroll now. Let's have a look at what happened to him. And as you can see, that wasn't his. A real shame for Lance Stroll there. We can see on board now. This is Sergio Perez.
Sergio will say, I was alongside him, he should have seen me.
Bottas got his elbows out, he had to, and eventually Verstappen...
Oh, there's a massive crash with Brendan Hartley, and he's got tangled up with Lance Stroll.
I'm a little bit surprised Brendan was out there, to be honest, but not as surprised as Lance Stroll was.
A hairpin, and the local hero didn't even get the chance to race past them.
Stroll got some oversteer in the middle of the corner, the back end stepped out, he had to some oversteer in the middle of 5.
I'll tell you what, it was a brilliant start from Stroll. Charles Leclerc ahead of him at that particular moment. Yuki Tsunoda on the inside of Lance Stroll, and he's lost bodywork. And I wonder if there's damage to the Aston Martin too. Yuki Tsunoda going down the inside, but there just wasn't the space, and that's a lot of bodywork coming off.